Hi folks, Benedetti here from Draw a Dragon and My Town is Magical, and welcome to Cartooning with Benedetti. In this series we're going to go over real basic drawing and storytelling, putting those two things together to make a character and take our character on a little adventure. What are you going to need to do this? I'll tell you. You're going to need paper. I like having a big grip of paper around, but probably 3 or 4 sheets, that'll get you there. You're going to need a pencil. Just a good old pencil, any pencil. Mine don't have erasers on the end, but if yours has an eraser on the end, great. If it doesn't have an eraser on the end, make sure you got an eraser. This is my eraser. I love erasing. Erasing is maybe more important than drawing. Love your eraser. Or as I like to say, embracer your eraser. Now, in addition to the pencil and the eraser and the paper, you're also going to need a marker, hopefully a big black marking pen to go to do your outlines with. A couple other tips for going through this video series. Number 1, if I start to go too fast, pause the video. Okay, you're in control of the speed. Sometimes I get excited and I just get going, so slow me down if I get going too fast. The other thing with this video series, and this is hugely important, if you have an idea for the story or for the character that's different than mine, go for it, all right? Go for it, go for it, go for it. Are you ready? Let's go draw. For basic cartooning, the first thing that we are going to work on is very, very basic shapes. I'm gonna get a little stack of paper so that my pencil has a nice pad to draw on. I'm gonna keep a bunch in reserve over here. And here's what I mean. We're just gonna start with circular shapes today. I'm gonna draw a big circle here kind of in the middle of my paper, okay? If you're worried about messing up, please don't worry about messing up. I'll show you what, look, here's the circle. I'm gonna try and draw a really nice, smooth circle. It's okay. I missed a little bit. If your circle looks like, maybe your circle looks like this. Maybe it's a really tall circle, and maybe you missed some of the lines. That is absolutely fine. Maybe your circle ended up looking more like a sideways egg. Also fine. Maybe you have a shaky hand, and when you try and draw a circle, it ends up looking kind of like that. This is also going to be fine. I don't want you to worry about making anything perfect. Nothing will be perfect. We will just do our best and work with what we get. Deal? Deal. Okay. I've got this. I'm going to turn this into a head. When we're making our cartoons, we're going to be doing a lot with expressions. We want to be able to make expressions on faces, whether the face is, we're putting a face on an animal, a cartoon animal, or a cartoon person, or a cartoon cardboard box. Doesn't matter. We're going to show ideas through the face. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to split my circle in half. First I'm going to split it in half this way, then I'm going to split it in half this way. These are planning lines. These were not part of the drawing, okay? These are just to show you what my eyeballs are doing when I'm planning out my drawing. Sometimes I draw these on, sometimes I don't. You'll see what I mean as we go. Now that I've got a line, this is usually on heads. This is about where the eyeballs go. This is the center line. The nose would go down this line. So as I'm drawing this, now I know that I can put an eyeball. I'm just gonna make a circle and a circle. I've got a head with some eyes. When we build expressions for our characters, as we're working on our little cartoon characters, whatever they may be, we're going to do a lot of expression with eyebrows and eyes and our mouth, okay? Check this out. This is our first character. Our first character is going to be happy. Nice, smiley mouth. Yay! Eyebrows. What are we going to do with the eyebrows? If you're happy, your eyebrows are usually either just kind of flat. Oh, look at that. Just kind of flat. Maybe a little bit going from low to high maybe. Okay? And if you want to see what that really looks like, this is where my marker comes in handy. Those planning lines that I drew are just for planning, and then when I come back through with my marker, whoa, you see how I didn't get that and I put a little lump up there? That's fine. Eyeball, big happy mouth. Yay! It really helps to make sounds when you're drawing. Yay! Look at that happy character. Now we're gonna leave that for a minute. Let's check out all these other cool heads here. I got this big tall head. That's fun. All right, so I've got a tall head. We're gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna right around in the middle of it. If you want and you have your pencil, you can draw your little line here, right down the middle. You can draw the line down the middle here to plan. And then put some eyes. Now let's do a different expression, okay? With these eyes, with our eyebrows, and with our mouth, different expression. Maybe this person is not quite so happy. Maybe, in fact, maybe they are not just sad. Look at this. We've got a sad face right now. The eyes are pretty neutral. They're just looking at you, frowny face. But how do we turn this into a very angry face? With the eyebrows. Watch this. I'm gonna start up high, and I'm gonna come down towards that center line. I am extremely angry for having a tall head. I don't know. Whatever this character is gonna be. Let's do another, look at this. What if our head, the other cool thing, look at the different shape. A circle-shaped face is going to have a different character. It's going to have a different attitude than a tall head. A wider head, watch this. Let's put a little center line on it. You don't even have to do those pencil lines if you feel good about just going for it, okay? And then I'll put a little eyeball. Another little eyeball. And on this one, how about this person is confused? What did you just say? What? Huh? This is gonna be a huh? Like that. To make a huh, watch this. We're gonna go eyebrow up, and then I'm gonna come back in. It's like a weird mountain peak or something. Now this one is gonna go from the center line up. So they're kind of doing the same thing, but one of them I'm gonna make more exaggerated. And then over here, let's make a mouth, not right in the middle, let's make it off to the side. Because when you go, huh? Usually your mouth is gonna go off to the side of the bigger eyebrow. Make a little circle there. What'd you say? This is fun. I hope you're having fun. I always have fun when I'm drawing. And the fun thing about cartooning is that so much of it is about putting character and attitude into your drawing. So you have to be able to get silly with it and think about it. So I'm kind of just making I don't even know. This is a kind of a blob shape. So we can put the eyes anywhere. Maybe I'll put the eyes over here. And maybe this is a worried blob. Worried mouth. Worried, usually, watch the angle of my eyebrows here. I'm gonna have a curve going low to high. Curved, low to high. All of these really simple things. What I think would be really fun to do, I don't have time to do in this video, but if you just drew as many circles, just draw a ton of circles on a piece of paper. Draw them all. And then put some eyes. If you want to make it look like someone has their eyes closed, just make some lines. You could even do 2 lines, and now it looks like they're really pushing their eyes closed tight. All right? Maybe they're winking. Hey, maybe they are winking the other way. And then you just put eyebrows and mouth. Someone that's determined will usually have eyebrows coming towards that center line, straight mouth. I will do this. Someone who's having a great time party will have eyebrows either neutral, straight, or coming up towards that center line, and then a big mouth. Yay! All of these are vaguely human, so if you want to do animals, it's the same thing. The eyes and the mouth are going to have a lot to do with it. But what we can do is you can put, you can put like a different nose on there. It's like a little letter T nose for a sleeping bunny. Little sleeping bunny. And of course, for cartooning, if someone's sleeping, you put Z's up top. And it looks like they're sleeping. Now this person is squinting. Maybe there's sun in their eyes, so they're not that happy. We're gonna put a frowny mouth off to one side. All right? This person's winking. When you wink, the eye that's closed, do this if you can. Close one eye and feel what happens to your cheek and your mouth. It gets pulled off to the side. This one's gonna get pulled off to that side. All right? There we go. Those are our basic expressions. We're gonna take this information and we're gonna use it in every cartooning thing that we do. Okay, so have fun with that, practice that, and on the next sheet of paper, we're gonna start building the body. Fresh sheet of paper time. We're gonna build a body. We're gonna do the same thing. We're gonna use basic shapes to make a body. So we've already done the head. That's where we're gonna put a lot of expression, but we also need a body. So let's start. I'll make a big, I'm gonna use my pencil here. And then if I like it, I'll go over and I'll outline it with the marker, okay? But let's start with a head. Here's the head. That's about the center line. There's about the center line. That's where the eyeballs will go. Now, anytime you're drawing anything, especially if it has to do with a body, the most helpful thing is to look around and try and figure out what in the real world can help you with this drawing. Luckily, you are a person, so you know that underneath your head, feel what's underneath your head right now. Take your hands, go underneath your chin. What do you got down there? It's a neck. So there's a neck. And for a neck, you can just make a little lump. There's a little lump that comes down. I always round off the end of my neck, okay? And underneath the neck is the body. Now what we're gonna do for the body is we're just gonna have kind of a lump. We're gonna make a lump for the body, okay? It's gonna be like a big oval. But just like head shapes, body shapes are gonna have all kinds of different characters and all kinds of different ways you can do it, and each way you do it will give you a slightly different effect, and I'll show you what I mean. Let's work on this body first. So here's the body. If we go down about 3/4 of the way, this is about where the waist would be, or the belt, okay? So we'll draw a little belt line there. You got that body, and you've got a belt. Now what if your shape is not like my shape? Is that okay? Yes, it is! Watch this. We'll make another little person over here. And there's a head. And there's a neck. Now, check out this. What if our body shape was more like a teardrop? Less like an oval, more like a teardrop. What if, more like a traditional superhero body shape would be more like a wedge? So watch what happens if we start out very wide up top and we bring it down. See this? See how I make lines that just don't work? Just leave them alone. You've got an eraser right there. You erase the ones that don't work. Watch. Look at this. Look at this. Oh, feels great. All right. The waist is still in about the same spot, but these different body shapes all give your character a different vibe, and it doesn't matter. It could be an animal, could be a person, could be anything. Could be something that you've made up. But the body shape, in addition to the expression, are all going to add to our character. Now, you've got a body. You've got a head. We need some arms and legs. Let's put some arms and legs on there. The legs can be as long as you want them to be. Like, literally, if you want them to go off the page, they could. But for me, when I do legs, there's going to be a leg that comes off this side and a leg that comes off this side. There's my legs. 1, 2. And now at the bottom here, we're going to put our feet. And the feet, see what this is just like, it starts wide and it gets more narrow and then it's curved at the bottom. The curve at the bottom is important. If you get too many flat, straight lines on a character, it starts to look weird because animals and people don't have a whole lot of flat, straight lines on our bodies. Robots have a lot of flat and straight lines. All right, there's the feet. For the feet, you can just make a ball. You can make a ball, you can make a lump. What I like to do is I like to go down, flatten out the bottom, and kind of curve down the top. It kind of looks like shoes. These shapes that we did for the legs, we're gonna do for arms. And we're gonna have arms just down to the sides for this pretend character that we've got here. And for the arms, how long should the arms be? If you want to know that, stand up. Stand up right now. Put your arms down to your side. Are you standing up? Are your arms down to your side? Where do your hands touch your leg? They touch your leg right at the top of the thigh. Below the waist, top of the thigh. Okay? Usually. Everyone's a little bit different, but this is about it. And for the hands right now, we're just going to draw circles for where the hands are going to be. this is how we're going to plan out our character. This is like a little doll. Once we get these basic shapes together, we can start putting them in different places for our characters that are going to be doing different things. Okay, like maybe I have a character that's going to be saying hi to somebody. Well, if we're saying hi to somebody, maybe old teardrop body over here is going to have real short legs. Oh, I've got short legs. Oh, but I'm saying hello. So the arm, instead of being down to the side, what does your arm look like if you put it out to wave it? Try it. Try it with your body. This is how you have an instant reference for how to draw with your own body. Okay, so an arm is gonna come out, and then there's an elbow, and then it's gonna come up. Uh-oh. Watch out, person in the middle. Ah! Now this person's waving. Watch this. We'll put eyes. See how I'm making the eyes look over this way? Now it looks like they're looking like, hi. And maybe this is our bunny character from before. Hi. The other hand maybe is coming down, and the arm will still hang down to the top of the thigh. So it'll look like a really long arm because of those short legs. All right. These are the basic shapes that we're going to use to make the body. How do you feel about that? If you need to do it a few times, go back and watch this part again, okay? We got a body, we got the waist, throw the legs on there, put some arms on there, put some feet on there. You can pose it around and try different things. Anything you want, all right? Okay, we're going to go on my next sheet of paper. We're going to start building a character to take through a story. Oh, there's something I just love about a fresh sheet of paper. When you get that clean sheet of paper and you're like, oh, I could do anything on this. Anything at all. That's a great feeling. And what we're going to do is we're going to combine our two elements. We're going to combine our facial expression, head. We're going to combine those basic shapes to make a body. And we're going to make a character. And the character that I want to make is a duck. So I'm going to make a duck character. When you start getting specific about the different types of characters that you want to make, if it's going to be an animal, then there's some different things to do. Sometimes you can't just use a circle head. So what I'm going to start for planning my duck is a wide circle. See how I'm starting out with a wide circle? Also, do you see how many circles I made to do this? When I draw, I love the feeling of my pencil on the paper. And so when I'm making these planning lines with my pencil, which I'll come back, I'll find the good ones and I'll ink them. I'll go over them with my ink later. I just like to draw. I like the feeling of a pencil on paper. So sometimes I'll go over it a bunch. Where's that middle line? That's about my middle line. That's about the middle line coming down here. Okay? Ducks have weird shaped heads. This is going to be a duck looking right at us. And it's going to need a neck. For the necks come down below heads. Did you know that? Duck necks are a little bit long. So I want to give this duck a nice long neck before I get to the body. Okay? Great. Coming down. It's also a little bit wider at the top than it is at the bottom. I'll make my little curve to show the bottom of my neck. And then duck bodies. Duck bodies, kind of like I'm using that teardrop or eggplant or light bulb shape. I'm going to come down here. Sounds. Making sounds when you draw. Oh, favorite things. Sounds when you draw, fresh sheets of white paper, the feel of a pencil on paper, all of these. These are all wonderful things. All right, so there's a duck head. Already it's looking more like a duck because we did that nice long neck. And now we've got a big teardrop body. Now, as I'm doing this is going to be a character that I'm going to use to take through some adventures and some stories. If you have a different idea for your main character, if you want to make a main character that is different than the one I do, go for it. I love the idea of you having your own creativity and ideas. So the same principles of basic shape and parts building are going to go into any character. This will be a duck. Let's put some legs on it. Ducks have little waddly legs and feet. So my legs are gonna come off each side, okay? And I'm gonna bring them down to that little rounded from thick to thin. We call that tapering, by the way. If something is wider at the top and it gets thinner, that's tapering. So my legs will taper. And at the bottom, because it's a duck, check this out. 1, 2, 3. This is my big duck's webbed foot. Tiny legs, huge feet. The better to swim with, of course. I figure my duck's gonna probably live in a pond, would be my guess. I don't know. One of the fun things is as you draw, coming up with the story for your characters. Here's the arms. Time to do some arms. Maybe just down at the side for now. And a lump for an arm and a hand down at the bottom. And maybe over here we'll do a lump for the arm and just hanging out, hands at the sides. Okay? And now what I'm going to do here is we're going to get some more detail on this character, but to begin, all of these pencil lines, very rough. I'm staying as light as I can, and if I don't like anything, if I don't like where a head piece is shaped, I've got my eraser ready to go. Some of these lines on my pencil, they get out of hand. You can just erase them. Get them out of there. Time to make it a duck. I'm gonna make some eyeballs. Duck eyeballs are kind of close to the center of the head. Hey Gio, how do you know so much about ducks? Guess what? I don't know that much about ducks. But if I want to draw a duck, my first step in drawing ducks is to look at a ton of ducks and practice drawing ducks. So I already did that. I did that before you showed up, so that I would already know how to draw a duck before I tried to show you how to draw a cartoon duck. You gotta look at stuff. It's impossible to know it just by remembering and thinking about it in your head. So go look at a bunch of ducks, and what you'll see, their eyeballs are closer to the center line. And then the next thing that you'll see, the letter M. Look at that beautiful letter M. The letter M is the top of the beak of a duck. My duck is going to be happy. So what I'm going to do with this letter M is it's going to come out wide, and it's going to come up into a smile. Look at this. Big smile. A little roundy edge on the end of each, and I'm going to come down here. Now watch what I'm going to do when I get down to the middle. When I get towards the center line, it's going to go up just a little bit. Just a little curved line up, and then I'm going to come back down. Oh, it's a duck bill. And now, there's the bottom of my duck bill. Just a curved line for the bottom of the duck bill. Ducks have little noses on tops of their beaks. Yeah, right? You know, this might need to be a little bit bigger. It's nice and big on that side. I feel like this side needs to match it. I'm just going to come out a little bit longer. This is why I do it in pencil, so I can mess up and not worry about it. Okay, now check out. This is a really fun thing about a duck's head. Ducks' heads above their eyeballs is kind of like a little lump, like this. And then what it does is it comes down and it comes out around their beak. This is a huge thing about making it look like a duck. All right, and then I'm going to come all the way around underneath. Same thing over here. I'm going to swing out, swooping out. Woof. Gio, why'd you make that big oval line if you were going to make a duck-shaped head? This is to help me plan everything out so I can figure out where my mouth will go, where my eyes will go, and I don't need it. It's going to be gone. That's why I have my eraser. If you're someone who hates to erase, it's going to be tough. It's going to be really tough to draw. It's going to be tough to be a drawer because we mess up so much, all right, that it's just part of it. It's a huge part of drawing is erasing. Watch what I'm going to do here. Now that I've got my basic head and body, I want to put some things on my character to make my character look, I don't know, personal. So maybe my duck has some feathers. So watch this. 1, 2, 3. maybe a fourth little one. All right, so one that goes up and then three off to the side. This is my little duck head. And then I'll come down here and I'll come over here and I'll follow that line around. And I'll come down and go out again. And I changed the position of the eye a little bit when I went over it with the marker. Yay! Smiling duck. There's that nose I was talking about. There's the bottom of the bill. And now, here's the neck. So much of your character can be put into clothes, body shape, body style. My duck is named Phinneus. Phinneus the duck. My friends call me Finn with a PH. Name your character something that you like. My character is named Phinneus because I think it's funny. It's funny that a duck would have a name like Phinneus. And if your nickname's Finn, why would you spell it with a PH? That's just the kind of duck that Phinneus is, I guess. All right, Phinneus. What did I just do? I followed the shape of my arm, but look what I did. I cut it off because this is going to be a t-shirt. Okay, watch this. The body shape, instead of starting my marker line all the way at the top, I'm going to start it right down here. And kind of right where that belt line is. I'm going to do the same thing on this side that I did over there on that side. And now I've got a t-shirt, and those are my sleeves. Now for the arm, I can come down with the arm. Show you that arm line. I'll do the hands here in a second. Let's do these pants. To show that these are some pants, I'll just make a little block at the bottom. And those will be like the cuffs. Duck legs are so short that you gotta roll up your pants a little bit. All right, that's what this is down here. This is the roll up of the pants. You can put some lines down there for the fold sometimes. Make it look a little bit folded. All right. I try and keep it pretty simple. The more detail we put on it, the harder it's going to be to reproduce our character and put our character into all kinds of little adventures and stories, which is my goal with this cartoon. Just put the little ball of the hand on there. Hello, my name is Phinneus. I'm a duck, and my t-shirt design is going to be a palm tree. It's a little palm tree. I'm a duck, and it's summertime. There we go. Phinneus, well, meet Phinneus the duck. And you know what? If you want to color it, if you want to put other things on there, if Phinneus wears a backpack, if Phinneus has spikes on Phinneus's shoulders, if Phinneus wears glasses, if any other detail that you can think of that would make for a fun character, try it out. Put it on there. You've got a pencil, so try everything with your pencil, and if you don't like it, you just erase it. And that's how we can start making our basic characters. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you had a fun time creating your character. Did you make a duck named Phinneus? Did you do something else? Let me know. Put it in the comments if you want to see something else, if you want to do a cartoon series on something else. Let me know. Let's do it. If you'd like episodes 2 through 5 to finish this series, also let me know. The contact information is at the end of this, and it's also down below. All right? Thanks so much for drawing with me. I'll see you next time. Bye. Love your eraser.